Hello, do you want to know tips on how to save money? I'll tell you things that I did in my 30s that I should have started in my 20s. So here, check it out. Hello, I'm Derrick. Welcome to Hindsight 101, where you'll learn about things that will help you in everyday life. Now let's get to it. So let's talk about 401k. Employers will contribute 3 to 6% of whatever you put into your 401k. It's called the employee match. Now, it doesn't make sense not to put in the full amount, whether it's 3 or 6%, because you're just giving away free money that's on the table. So make sure when you invest in your 401k at your job, you do the max of whatever they're going to match. So if that's 6, you're going to match 6. It might hurt now, but it's going to save you a lot of money come retirement time. Number 2, we're going to talk about life insurance. Get it while you're young. Get it in your 20s. You're healthier. It's cheaper because they base it off of your health. And the older you get, those things start to creep up. So you want to make sure you're doing it while you're younger so you get those cheap rates locked in right then and there. I'm not going to debate whether you need whole life or term insurance. That's up to you. But make sure you get life insurance, especially if you think one day you're going to have a family, you're going to need to take care of them. Now, if you think you're going to live like a hermit alone the rest of your life, don't worry about it. You won't have to be financially responsible for anyone but yourself. But if there's someone you're going to leave behind, you need to do the right thing and make sure you have life insurance. So make it easy on yourself and get the cheapest rate that you can at the best time that you can. Third, let's talk about HSA, Health Savings Account, or FSA, Flex Savings Account. Now, those are things that are also offered by employers sometimes where you can save money to put towards medical expenses. And these things are tax-free. So they take it out of your paycheck pre-taxed and it never gets taxed. Yes, you do have to spend it on medical expenses, but that's great. So the other thing is that lowers your income that you get taxed on. So think about this. Say you make $60,000, but you contribute $3,000 into your HSA. That means you make $57,000, not $60,000. So you're getting taxed on $57,000, not the $60,000 that you made. How awesome is that? Make sure you invest in your health saving, FSA, or whatever you have out there. Invest in that. You're always going to have medical expenses, so might as well save up for it anyways. Now, number 4 is always a big one. Now, this one is make sure you get the least amount of a tax refund that you can. I know that's like, whoa! But really, you need to get the least amount of tax refund that you can. I know some people like to have it as a savings. It's good to get that $3,000 check in the mail come tax time, but it's not, because that's money you gave the government interest free. They've had that money all year doing whatever they want with it, and you haven't been able to spend it out of your paycheck. Make sure when you're filling out your W-4s, you calculate it correctly. I'll put a link below that gives you a calculator that you can calculate how you can get the least refund that you can, and you can get all that money put back in your paycheck. Sure, when I started to do this, it wasn't $1,000 I was getting back in my paycheck each time, but it was enough to cover gas money each week. So it is worth it. Instead of giving it to the government, I can spend it right then and there each time I get paid instead of waiting to the end of the year to get the money I'm already owed. Number 5 is your credit report. You need to check that yearly at the least. Why do you need to check that? Because you never know what's on it. I had an experience where I had a $7 collection from a hospital because I moved, they sent it to the old address and never bothered to call me. If they would have called, I would have paid the $7. Instead, they just shipped it off to collections. And I had that sitting on my credit report, $7. That's horrible. How much that would negatively affect me just for $7. It wasn't like it was thousands, it was $7, but it looks the same no matter what. You didn't pay your bill, you're delinquent. So another one, I had a credit card where I had to make a purchase on my mom's credit card, so she authorized me on there so I wouldn't have any troubles. 3 years later, it was still on my credit report even though I wasn't on the credit card. So those little things you want to clean up right away, because when you go to buy a house or get a car, you had some negative things impacting you that you had control over to take off of your credit report, you're gonna kick yourself. So make sure you check it. There's 3 different credit bureaus. I'll link it down below. There's TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. All of them should say about the same thing, but depending on which company reports to who, you can have one or two things that are different. So it's always good to get all three to make sure you're covering all your bases, because you never know if your mortgage company is going to go to one of them, but your car lease is going to go to another. So get all three to make sure you clean all of them up and you know what's on them. Now, you are entitled to one free credit report a year, or every time that you're denied credit, you're entitled to a free credit report. You can go to a main site called freecreditreports.com. There are many different variations, so make sure you go to the right one. You don't have to trust me. You can search for yourself, or you can use my link below, and it's a central hub to get all your 3 credit reports. That's what everyone's judging you on. Even when you get car insurance, they're looking at your credit reports now. Some jobs are looking at your credit reports now. So it's more important than ever to look at your credit report at least once a year to know what other people are going to see about you before they even meet you. Number 6, get your annual checkups. I mean, get your yearly physicals and go to your dentist every 6 months. You wouldn't believe how much that will save you. One, because those physicals and those routine checkups at your dentist are usually covered by your insurance, so you don't pay anything out of pocket. And then next, it's always good to catch things early. Even if you do have to pay a little bit now, it's better to catch it early than have to pay for something that's far gone down into the future. For example, you find out these people have these ailments for the longest time and they never knew about it, and they get to the doctor and they find out that it's too late. Whatever it is can't be treated. But if they just would have had their yearly physical and gone in year after year, they could have caught it early and possibly have treated it. Number 7 is bill pay. Now, there's many different versions of bill pay. The bill pay that I'm talking about is the one that you get through your bank. Now, I think bill pay is excellent. And how is bill pay saving me money? I'm shelling out money. Well, think about this. If you've never used bill pay, I've never had to use a stamp or mail an envelope to any creditor that I have or pay any bill that I needed to, because my bank does it for me. Late fees, because I mailed a payment, but the post office lost it, so they're going to charge me a $30, $40, whatever $50 charge because it was late. Huntington Bank, which is located in my region in Ohio, they have the best bill pay, I think, for many different reasons. One, if a payment is late because it was mailed, then they'll actually call the creditor or the water company, whoever it is, and they'll tell them that they'll overnight it to them. And every time I've had that happen, I've never had to pay a late fee, because you have the bank saying that they mailed it in, not you just saying you mailed it in, but they actually just thinking you didn't have the money, so you never mailed it in at all. Next, so with my bank, they guarantee 5 days. If they don't have an electronic connection, they'll mail it to you they'll mail it to them within 5 days. But if they do have that electronic connection, then it's 2 days. Usually it's 1 day with that. So it's been great. I can look at all my bills that I set up all my bills, what's due when, and I can adjust it however I want. And I just have to make sure the money's in there. Unlike going to credit card company A or B and they pull it out on the 15th of every month. So say something goes on and I need to move it to the 16th, and sometimes that can be a hassle. Everything's located in one central location, and I don't have to go to credit card A, credit card B, credit card C, or whatever, and manage those bill pays. Number 8, we're going to talk about library benefits. I know it's crazy. One, I know there's Netflix out there, but if you don't have Netflix or you just want something a little different, you can rent movies from there, as some of you may or may not know. And you can get new releases as well. Audiobooks. You can get a lot of new audiobooks. I'm not a big reader, but while I'm in the car, I love listening to audiobooks. And instead of paying like audible.com a monthly fee or anyone like that, I can go to the library and get it downloaded to my phone. How great is that? And then my biggest benefit that I recently found out is you get a free membership to lynda.com. Not all, but a lot of libraries do that. And all you have to do is just have your library card number and a special PIN, and you can get in to the whole library of lynda.com. I couldn't believe it. So yes, I'm a proud library card holder, and I use it often. And lastly, number 9. This one might be a little odd one, but I'm such a fanatic about it, I have to share it. And they're about safety razors. If you don't know what that is, there'll be a picture somewhere around here. And basically what a safety razor is that old school razor that your dad used. But don't think it's just for men. Women can use safety razors too. And they work really well. I think better than some of those Mach 3 Gillettes and whatever they have out now. It's been a while since I've actually bought a razor since I've had these safety razors. I think I got mine for like $20 for the safety razor, but it'll last you a lifetime if you take care of it. Granted, yes, safety razors can, if you let it, snowball into this huge expense, because when I first started, there's so many different oils and shaving creams and brushes and different things like that you could just sink your money into. But if you just want to shave, it's very cost effective. I just can't tell you how great a safety razor is, and you need to check it out. I'll link some below to Amazon just so you can get an idea of what they're like, but you can usually catch them on sale if you don't want to pay some of the prices that they are now. I paid, like I said, $20 for mine. I'm happy with it, love it, and can't complain. So I hope these tips helped you out. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or you have any other ideas, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Hope you subscribe. Take care.